Hey, it's Tony Talking Car Biz. Today, the interior video on this 2024 Toyota Corolla GR Circuit Edition. What a great looking car. So we're going to jump inside today, take a look at the interior. Watch for a link at the end of this video for the exterior. Here we go. So the GR Corolla Circuit does come with two of the smart keyless entry systems, so you don't have to get your keys out of your pocket. Just keep it in your pocket or purse. When you grab on the door handle, it will automatically unlock for you. Let's take a look here on the inside at the driver's door. So a lot of black and blue in this. Of course, the color on this is flame blue, which is really pops. Cool color. But also you'll see here on the door panels, they're using that blue stitching that we see on some of our SE Corollas. And I think that's pretty nice. You'll also see that in the door, or I'm sorry, in the seat as well. So kind of a charcoal gray metallic door handle finish here and trim here. One touch up and down on all four windows, power door locks and power mirrors, and then still using some of that gloss trim on the inside, gloss black. Bottle holder in the door and then a speaker down in the door, really just covering the basics, and this car does it really well. In the threshold here, the door threshold, you can see it's got the GR Corolla skid aluminum plate here. It's kind of a gunmetal gray metallic plate. Looks really nice on there with that logo. Now on the Corolla GR, there are no power seats. You've got manual forward and backwards, and then height adjustment here, recliner, and then there's an airbag built right in the seat as well. Now the seats on here are a suede insert, which is really great because it holds you in your place when you're doing that high-speed cornering. You can see the blue stitching on the seat as well, and that leads up into the GR inspired headrest, which is height adjustable with the blue stitching, and then they've added this metallic gray trim piece here for styling and looks. Of course, you're going to have a height adjustable seat belt in addition to that height adjustable headrest. Over on the side of here, there's kind of a unique Circuit Edition badge inside the door there as well. And then up on the dashboard itself, there's four of these vents. They use a lot of the charcoal gray metallic trim. So four vents left and right, up and down. And then down here is where you're going to find the more switches. So we've got our dimmer switch for our dash lights. We have automatic high beam switch, trip odometer reset, a heated steering wheel, electronic front window defrost, and then you've got your MT, or your intelligent manual transmission there as well, switch. Take a look down here. We've got our hood release, our footrest, and then of course this is going to be a 6-speed. So you've got aluminum brake, or I'm sorry, clutch, brake, and accelerator pedals. Looks really cool in there. This really is a nice sports car for sure. We do have a tilt telescoping steering wheel, and it is manually adjustable, not a power tilt telescoping steering wheel. Behind the wheel of the GR Corolla, it really is focused more for the driver experience, driver comfort, and performance. So there's good legroom up in front of a Corolla hatchback. It's where the back seat, where it really struggles for legroom. Take a look at the legroom up front. I've got this seat all the way back, and I could not drive this vehicle. I can barely touch the accelerator, and I definitely can't push the clutch all the way in. So if you're a 6-footer, you're going to be really great as the driver, but the person behind you, not so much. The steering wheel on here is unique to the GR experience. It is a leather wrap steering wheel. It does also have that blue stitching here. Also mentioned, it is a heated steering wheel. Smaller horn area with your airbag in the chrome, the older style chrome Toyota badge. And then on the left, on the right is where you find all your cruise control settings, which is pretty normal for Toyotas. Down here you've got more of that metallic gray with the GR badge there on the steering wheel. Very comfortable padded steering wheel. Over on this side we've got our information center controls, which is up here. We'll look at that in a minute. And then we have our radio and our Bluetooth connectivity, or our voice activation. Now I got to slide the seat up so I can start it for you. This side is our washer wiper controls, and we do have our auto on and off headlight control there as well. I'm sorry, your headlight controls on this side, the other side's the wipers. And here's your fog light controls as well. So there are fog lights on the outside. watch the exterior video and you'll see all of the lighting on this car. Here's your wiper controls, front intermittent wipers, as also rear intermittent wipers. So really just like a regular Corolla would have as far as those features go. Now we'll start it up, but before I do that, I want to point out a couple things. Obviously you're going to have the push button start, and you can see it has the GR Corolla badge on there, or logo. And then of course you're going to want to push in the clutch before you start it, and I recommend making sure the parking brake's on or you have your foot on the brake, and then just hold down the starter and you'll hear it start right up. So you do get hit with the GR kind of animation up front. It looks pretty cool in my opinion. I like it a lot. You decide for yourself. I'm going to go ahead and close the window. Maybe you can hear that exhaust. It's a triple exhaust pipe and it sounds awesome. Again, catch the exterior video and I'll be playing the sound of the exhaust from the outside. But I'm just going to go ahead and close the windows, get the air conditioning going in here. Now this is a completely electronic gauge cluster. It's a 12.3 inch screen, and over on this side we've got some of our vital information like our water pressure, oil pressure is all on that side, and then we've got our speedometer here as well. Over on this side, this is where we're going to get our turbocharge indicator, let us know what's going on with the engine. It's difficult to see on the video, so stop by the dealership and give it a look and learn all about it. But you can also toggle through some of those settings on here. So if I'm going over to PSI, so that's our turbo, and so I'm just using these switches right here to move through some of the information that's available, and also some of the settings that can be adjusted for your preference. But a really great gauge cluster, definitely easy to read at night, and in the daytime it's a matte finish or a matte screen, so it's definitely easy to see and adjust. Let's take a look at our center console. This whole area here is, I'm sure it's identical to a Corolla SE. So you've got the now the newer radio setup going on here on the Corolla. So Toyota now builds their own software and hardware, and notice they've gotten rid of all the buttons. There's only one physical button, and that's that button right there, and that's going to be your on and off and your volume. Otherwise everything else is going to be a touch screen. And I'm just going to jump over and show you the radio here. I'm not going to be able to show you everything on this car, but I did want to show you the radio settings. So you've got AM, FM, Sirius satellite radio, 3 months of that at no charge, and then it's a subscription fee. Also wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it is Alexa compatible. And then of course if I go ahead and shift into reverse, I've got a backup camera. Pretty good backup camera. There's no path projection, so it's a static backup camera, but it serves its purpose pretty well. 2 more vents. There's your emergency lights, and then the heating and air conditioning is only driver side controls, so not single side heating and air conditioning. Again, very similar to what we'd see on a Corolla SE edition. Front window defrost, rear window defrost, which also controls your heated outside mirrors as well. So pretty standard for an SE Corolla, no major difference there. Heading down to our center console, I'm going to start with, get this out of the way, I'm going to start way up underneath here. Kind of hard to see, but it's there. There's wireless charging for your smartphone. Just drop it on there and turn on the switch. There's heated seat controls here with 2 temperatures, front driver, front passenger, and then there's a USB-C plug way down there so you can plug in for additional charging opportunities. Now as I swing back a little bit further on the center console, you'll see that stitching there, the blue stitch, and then the Soft-Deck fabric. And down here we've got our drive modes, so we've got the ability to go to eco, normal, and a sport mode, or a custom mode can be set up. It does display up here in the gauge cluster your different modes as you switch through those. And then back down here we've got our traction control on and off, and that leads us into our shifter. So this is going to be a GR branded shifter on top. It's a 6-speed manual transmission. Notice there's a little bit of blue metallic here. The knob otherwise is leather wrapped. It's very comfortable. Blue stitching on the boot. And then down here is the adjustment for your all-wheel drive or your 4-wheel drive. So you can go ahead and change up your settings by dialing in the right settings, whether you want a track mode or normal road mode. So that's how you adjust your all-wheel drive settings. Now, because this is a 6-speed manual, you do have a parking brake here, more of that blue stitching on there. It's right at your hip. This whole area is really well designed. I like the gray metallic bezels that they put on this stuff, similar to what we saw on the door and the steering wheel. 2 cup holders down here, and then really no storage here. This is just a tray. It's got a rubber liner on it, so if you did drop your pocket change there, it's not going to slide around. And then the back seat has some power opportunities right there as well. Back up front, passenger seats laid out exactly like the driver's seat. We do have a passenger assist handle here. The passenger door's all the same there, the pocket holder, and then we've got a glove box down here. The glove box does not have a lock on it though. Keep that in mind. Back up to the dashboard, it does have Softec fabric on the dashboard, and then this does have the JBL audio system, so you get some extra speakers up there in the A-pillar for the JBL audio system. Overhead, lighted vanity mirrors on both sides, visor extensions, and then this whole light panel is just like all the other Corollas with LED reading lights. Safety connect right there. If you need help out on the road, push that. Toyota will help you get roadside assistance. And then this does have the frameless mirror. That's an extra charge of $175. It's a bigger mirror than the standard mirror. And then underneath here, there's switches for your HomeLink system. One of the things that's not available on the Corolla hatchback is a sunroof. You cannot get a sunroof on any of the Corolla hatchbacks for 2024. Here's a quick look up front from the back seat, and you can see it is pretty darn spacious up there. The black makes it feel cave-like to me. I wish you could get a sunroof, but it's not available. Here in the back seat, we do have an LED dome light up on the roof. The back seats themselves have pockets on the backs of both seats. I left this seat right where I would put it. I'm 5'7". Somebody could sit behind me, but I think if you were a 6-footer, you'd probably, if the driver was a 6-footer, the backseat passenger would be pretty tight. And you can see over here on this side, I've got this seat all the way back. It's not reclined all the way back, but you can see there's only about 4 inches of room in there. If you get in there, your feet are going to be trapped under that seat for sure. Here's those 2 power outlets, so a 12-volt and then a USB-C charging opportunity right there. The back seats are just like the front seats, so they're a Softec fabric with the blue stitch on it, and then this is all ultra suede, so it feels really great. Again, helps create friction to hold you in your seat during high cornering maneuvers. Now the back seat does have 3 seat belts back here, but I'm telling you, it's going to be really tight for passenger number 2 in the middle. There are side airbags here. The doors have pockets or cup holders in them. Bad idea. Make sure you put the cap on before you slam the door. Headrests are height adjustable. There's passenger assist grips. There's coat hooks back here. And then here's your armrest, which is where your cup holders are. So if you have 2 people back here, I think it's going to be pretty comfortable. 3 is going to be a squeeze. There are child safety seat anchors down in here. So if you, for some reason, you're going to put a child safety seat back here, it does have those capabilities. Overall, I think it's comfortable for a short ride. I wouldn't want to make a long road trip back here. Here's a look at that bottle holder or cup holder here on the door, and more of that gloss black trim. This door really is styled just like a SE edition Corolla. So at the rear of the Corolla hatchback, it is a hatchback. So you've got that big open trunk there. It does open quite high, so if you're a 6-footer, you're probably not going to bonk your head on it. Any taller than that, and you might catch your head on it. That is not a power liftgate, by the way. Probably doesn't need to be. It's not really heavy. It does have some assist grips right here to pull it down and close it. The opening is quite large and unobstructed. It does come standard with this cargo cover, which can be removed. So you pull that out. Go ahead and set that aside. and now you've got a really nice big opening. And you can see I've got the 60% of the seat folded down there, and of course you can drop down the other side as well. So there's plenty of cargo room in here. That's one of the great things about hatchbacks. There are tie-down hooks at all four corners in the trunk, and then there's some deep well cargo storage down on both sides here in the back. So even though it has those openings, it's still a pretty flat floor. And then this opens up, and that's where you're going to find your fix-a-flat kit, a lot of nice little storage cubbies, and then your battery's actually here in the trunk. And I like that idea because now you can jumpstart the vehicle from the front or the rear of the car. And I think that's a big benefit, especially if you need a jumpstart and your car's up against a wall. It's going to make it super easy. So that's a quick look at the interior on the GR Corolla for 2024 Circuit Edition. Hey, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and then watch for a link at the end of this video for my exterior overview. I'll see you in the next video.